Hello! Today's video is somewhat different than usual. As usually I talk about makeup and clothes and piercings and things like that. I am, by the way, going to do a piercing video again about my industrial piercing about a month and a half. That's really the next piercing video I want to do, about how to change industrial piercing jewelry, but I can't do that until 1.5 months from now because then it will be healed. In any case, this particular video though is going to be about potted plants because, yeah, I just think they just liven up any room. It just, I don't know, it makes all rooms look more fun, and yeah, I just think they're very, you know, nice decorations. So yeah, basically, and what it used to be with me is that well, basically I buy a potted plant and then half a year later I would have to buy a new one because the old one would have died by then. So yeah, that went on for years, and then I finally got around to actually looking up how to take care of specific potted plants. And it actually differs per potted plant. Yeah, I sort of knew that, but I never really realized how much of a difference it makes. But yeah, in any case, basically, so what I'm trying to say is I'm not a expert on plants and potted plants or anything. I just looked most of the stuff up on the internet from a Dutch website called 123kamerplanten.nl. Kamerplant is potted plant in Dutch. In any case, yeah, point being, yeah, I got all my information from the internet as well. So by no means an expert or anything, but I sort of simplified what I read just to make it like, you know, easy to take care of them, really, because I don't want to spend hours on my potted plants, obviously, because, you know, they're supposed to stand there and look pretty, basically. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to make a video about it, because I'm pretty sure there's other people around who, you know, have a bunch of potted plants that keep dying and just are too lazy to look at it for themselves. Just as I was, so yeah, let's get started. So we'll start with this one, which is the one you can always see in the background of my videos. Well, most of my videos nowadays at least. Except for the nail art things, of course. But in any case, oops. In any case, this is actually one of the newest ones that I have. It's a Croton, which is the Latin name, because I couldn't find any like non-Latin name, so it only has the weird Latin name. Yeah, which is Croton. I think it sounds like something that should be in soup, but it's a potted plant, so yeah. In any case, yeah, this one and the other one, yeah, basically. In Dutch it's called labelplant, the other one, but I couldn't find a proper English name for it. Only again the Latin name, which is for the other one Spathiphyllum, something like that. If you really want to know, then just ask and I'll look it up and I'll write it down for you in the comment section. But in any case, yeah. So basically what goes for this one also goes for the Spathiphyllum, whatever, potted plant. Basically these ones are plants that really like water. Which I think are pretty easy plants to take care of because you can't really give them too much water. They just really enjoy water. So basically the ground has to keep moist. So if it feels too dry, then, you know, you gotta water them. They also really like it to get like sprayed with water with a spray bottle. Like on average at least 3 times per week, but I usually just do that every evening because, you know, it doesn't really take much time at all. That actually also prevents them from getting like really small insects in them, which luckily never happened in my house. It sounds very gross and I just really want to prevent it, so yeah, I just spray them every evening. They also, funnily enough, like to take a shower every now and then. Yep. I was seriously surprised when I read that, but I tried it out and, you know, like with the Spathiphyllum at least, I never put this one underneath the shower yet because I only got it like a few weeks ago. But with the other one I actually noticed that once I put it underneath the shower that it suddenly got new leaves and everything, and yeah, so it apparently liked that. I'll just show you the other one while we're talking about it. Yeah, so basically what we have like the shower above the bathtub, so I just put them in the bathtub and put like foil over the like the dirt, the soil, whatever underneath the potted plant, so it doesn't like completely drown. And then I just, you know, put it underneath the shower basically. Yeah, what it does is you know, it takes like, obviously they get like a good amount of water from it, but also it takes all the dust off, which means it can do like its whole plant turning stuff into oxygen and everything. I don't know, I never really paid much attention in biology class, but yeah, basically it's good for the plant when all the dust comes off. So basically it's good to do that like once or twice per year. I usually do that once in August and once in January, because I don't know, they just, you know, came in handy at those times, I guess. Those are just, you know, the months that I have time to do that. And putting them in the larger pots is really only, you know, needed when it's needed. So like when you really want to grow bigger, then you can put it in a larger pot. If you want to stay the same size, then you gotta keep it in the pot that's already in. I did put this one in a larger pot one time, I think, during the time that I've had it. And it's now like 1.5 times as big as it used to be. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep the other one that's on the books thing. It's like normally in the back of my videos. I'm going to keep that in the same pot. Because it's got to fit there, and I just can't have it grow bigger because then it won't fit anymore. But yeah, if you do want to repot them, then just do it in spring, because then the like the plant can just recover from it quicker for some reason. I don't know why, I just read it on the internet, but yeah. With like, I have no idea if that's the same brand in other countries. In the Netherlands we just call it Croton, which is just sort of a special like stuff, like it's liquids stuff that you can give, liquid stuff that you can give to a potted plant, and then it just gets more like nutrients and everything and just grows bigger. It only appreciates that in spring and summer, because in winter and autumn it doesn't need it, so it can actually like have a bad effect on it. And then it's the first Wednesday of the month and only a little bit. So yeah, those were those two. And then the next ones are really just the easiest ones to take care of, basically. They're cactuses, so that's basically like, yeah, the easiest potted plants to have, basically. I bought these two at Intratuin in the Netherlands, and they were only like €1.50 per piece, because they're so really tiny. They originally came in really tiny brown, you know, pots, just, you know, the basic things that most potted plants come in. I did put them in slightly larger pots, but these are actually supposed to hold like tea lights. But basically I just put some plastic in them and then put the dirt into that and then the plants into that, and you know, now it looks like this. Yeah, I think they're just ideal because you can put them in the shade, you can put them in the sun, you can put them anywhere where you just, you know, happen to want some potted plants. And they'll just, you know, continue to live and grow and just be there, basically. Which just was so easy about them. They only really need water when the ground is completely dry. So basically I just, you know, give them some water like, you know, like mostly like the first Wednesday of the month is usually. And only when it's really needed. So yeah, because again they're cactuses, they don't need a lot. Obviously you don't really need to spray them with water either, unless you do that like in winter, just instead of normally giving them water. They obviously also don't need to go underneath the shower, and they again only need to be repotted when you want them to grow bigger. But with these it doesn't really matter when you do it, because they'll recover anyway. Again, really easy potted plants, and they also don't need like the plant feeding stuff, liquid stuff. In winter and autumn. They only need the spring and summer, and then even then they only need like once per month, only a very tiny amount, because they're cactuses. So yeah, basically if you want really easy potted plants, then just take cactuses. So these are the last potted plants. Well, potted plant category, but really they're like the same potted plants, they just form a category on their own. They're basically like, they're sort of desert plants, but they're not like cactuses, but they're also not like the water-loving plants like Crotons and Spathiphyllums, or whatever they're called. They're basically sort of in the middle of those. So yeah, basically this is the type of plant that I have the most trouble with taking care of, simply because you can either give them too much water or too little water, and it's really difficult to give them the right amount of water. So basically either I drown them or I just let them like, you know, just dry out completely, basically. Yeah, which is not good. So basically these usually get sold, but you can't really see it, wait. I have two potted plants of them, but they usually come with like three, just three of the things in one pot. The other one, the one in the back, also used to have like two companions, but they both died. Oops, yeah, that was probably my fault, but in any case, now it's on its own in a pot, and I just have another one. So, you know, he still has friends. Yeah, okay. In any case, basically, if you don't want them to die, then it's a good idea to just give them water whenever the top part of the ground feels completely dry. What I do, though, is to just, when I give the other two plants, like the Croton and the Spathiphyllum, when I give those water, I just give the Dracaenas, however you pronounce it in English. It's a Latin name again. In any case, then I just give these ones a little bit of water. So basically they get what the other two get, but, you know, less, basically. So basically with, again with the spray bottle, I also gave these a little bit of this spraying with the spray bottle. But again, just a little bit less than the other two. And they seem to just work perfectly on that, so that's nice. Again, with these ones, if you want to put them in a bigger pot, then do it in spring, because, you know, these ones, you know, recover better in springtime. And with the plants feeding liquid stuff, Pokon, whatever it's called in other countries. You know, I do this like, you know, in spring and summer, they only need in spring and summer again. And it's the first Monday of the month. I wrote down the first Wednesday of the month, sorry. The first Wednesday of the month, but just once per month basically. And only a little bit, so yeah, basically, again, the same thing as the Croton and Spathiphyllum, but less. So yeah, basically that just seems to work best for these two, to just give them what the water-loving plants want, but, you know, less of it, because again, it's really difficult to pinpoint how much water they need, so they'll just have to do with what the other ones get, but only less of it, and that just seems to work perfectly, because these ones have been, you know, alive for about a year already, so that's good, actually, because that's longer than the other Dracaenas I used to have lived, so yeah. Okay, so that's the complete video. Yeah, basically if you have any questions about potted plants or anything, then just, you know, well, basically you can ask, but I can't promise to be able to give you a decent answer, because again, I'm not an expert or anything. But yeah, in any case, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye! Then moving on to the other stuff, I'll just end with the makeup and beauty stuff, and just move on to the other stuff first. So yeah, I bought these at Hunkemuller, but I also bought at Hunkemuller